The Professional Women's Hockey League is in Seattle this morning making a big announcement. I'm Brianna Vasquez. Let's listen in on the press conference at Climate Pledge Arena.
Good morning, everyone. How are we? If I can ask everyone who's in the back to come a little closer forward, much like the support for women's sports, I cannot see the end of this crowd. We all come and you want to hear this, I assure you. I think we know what's happening. My name is Allison Lucan, and I am absolutely thrilled to welcome you to a beautiful Seattle morning here inside the iconic Climate Pledge Arena. What an incredible venue to host today's announcement, right? Thank you all so much for being here and tuning in on what is truly a historic day, not just for Seattle, not just for Washington State, but for passionate sports fans everywhere. It is always special to gather in a place that embodies innovation, energy, and a shared passion for both sports and sustainability, and today is no exception. Before we get started, do me a kindness. Everyone double check your phone. It's on silent, no rings, nothing to detract from the magic that is today. We all good? Wonderful. And one more thing before we do get started. We would like to share the following land and peoples acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we are on the homelands of the Coast Salish peoples, who continue to steward these lands and waters as they have since time immemorial. We recognize Washington's tribal nations and Native organizations who actively create, shape, and contribute to our thriving communities. We are committed to doing our part to engage with and amplify the voices of Native peoples and tribes. Thank you. Enough from me. We have an all-star parade that I'm so excited to introduce you to today. Welcome the first speaker who's going to help us kick things off, Skyler Diggins, one of the most fashionable people I know, but also a guard for the Seattle Storm, a dynamic force on the court, and a powerful advocate for women in sports. Her leadership, her passion, and impact extend far beyond basketball, inspiring fans and future athletes alike. Welcome, Skyler.
Thank you for that intro. Good morning, everybody. Today is such a special day in Seattle sports. I am honored, I am excited, I am ecstatic, and all of those things to be here for this historic celebration as we welcome the PWHL's expansion team to Seattle. Yes, yes. This city takes great pride, incredible pride, in its women's sports teams. We show up for one another, we support each other, and we help build this community together. Seattle knows how to support greatness, and the addition of a pro women's hockey team only makes our sports family that much stronger. We at the Storm couldn't be more proud to share this beautiful arena with another women's pro team, and I know the Seattle fans will embrace you guys with the same passion and pride as they've done for us. So, with that being said, welcome to the family, PWHL Seattle. Let's get it.
How about it, folks? Are we psyched? Yes, I am too. Let's go. Thank you, Skyler. Up next, we are thrilled to hear from one of the key leaders behind the PWHL's incredible momentum, Folks, if you want to be inspired, go look at what this woman has done and continues to do. It is amazing. She's responsible for building the league's business strategy, connecting with fans, and growing the game in powerful new ways. It is my honor to welcome the Executive Vice President of Business Operations at the PWHL, the phenomenal Amy Scheer.
Well, that's the first time I've been called phenomenal, so I'm already happy. Today is a pretty cool day for us. We grow to 8 teams. We're now across the entirety of 2 countries. We cover off 2 coasts. So a very proud day for our young league, and we could not be more thrilled to be here. First, I just would like to thank a bunch of people that are here sharing this day with us. Samantha Holloway, we were here a few months ago under very different circumstances with 12,000 fans enjoying our games. I can't thank you enough in your organization for your hospitality. Your team is wonderful, so thank you. Mayor Harrell, thank you for coming today. Your vibrant city has welcomed us with warm arms. We cannot thank you enough for being part of today. It means a ton to us. Acting County Executive Bradock, I'm looking where everybody's sitting. As the first woman to serve this role, you embody exactly what the PWHL is all about, and that is breaking barriers and inspiring generations. Beth Knox, from the day we met several months ago, you have just put your arms around us, and I could not thank you enough for just the warm welcome, how much you've taught me about Seattle in the last couple of months. I cannot thank you enough. And Zoe Harris, I know you're out there somewhere, but your passion for bringing women's hockey here is, I'm sure, a big reason why we are here, and your energy is palpable, and it's been wonderful to meet you the last few times we've been in Seattle, so thank you. Also, a few people that are here as well. Todd Lewicki, thank you so much. Tim Lewicki, and Nick Vierwick, I think you're here somewhere as well. So a lot of people really responsible for us being here today. And I think what's really important too is when this league started several years ago, and you'll hear more from Jana Hefford, who's really one of the main forces while we're here, there was a vision, and I can't thank you all enough for believing in our shared vision and what we bring to the sports community. 4 months ago, we were here, 12,000 fans, 12,600 to be exact, and they welcomed us with open arms and really, really, really loud cheers. For those of you in the audience that day and you were here, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. I think one of the big reasons that we are here, and Skyler mentioned it, is because of your unwavering passion for women's sports. And we stand here today on the shoulders of many who've come before us, and I would like to thank those women because they've made a huge difference in this city. So first to Karen Bryant, who, KB, the OG, is out here in the audience somewhere. She brought the Seattle Storm. She brought the Seattle Storm to life and built a legacy of winning and championships and set the bar for the rest of us who work in the WNBA. And then Alicia Valavanis, you came in, you took that torch, and you have built this organization into just this stalwart in the league, and it's unbelievable what you've done. And I know, as someone who worked in the WNBA, we all looked at the outside, looking into Seattle, and jealous of what you've built here. And so thank you for leading the way. To Storm owners Lisa Brummel and Ginny Gilder, you guys are the first women-only owned organization. That's pretty freaking cool, right? And you have a vision, and you've set that vision, and you've shown other teams, and you've showed other organizations what is possible, and that's pretty cool. And again, everybody's on the outside wanting to be Seattle, so thank you both for leading the way. Another woman I admire who's fairly new to the Seattle market, but Courtney Carter out here somewhere running the business for the Reign. And trust me, if you are a soccer fan, your team is in great hands. So we could not be more proud. We could not be more proud to stand on the shoulders of KB, of Alicia, of Courtney, of Ginny, and Lisa. We're here because of you, and you've made this possible for us, so thank you for paving the way. It's pretty cool. And I will tell you, you've built what I believe is the capital of women's sports right here in Seattle. So I guess some nuts and bolts, and all of you could pay me later. I'll be around back with my hands. One of the big questions I've gotten asked throughout this process is why Seattle? Why Vancouver? How are you choosing? I think Seattle's pretty obvious. How cool for our players to be able to call Climate Pledge Arena home. How cool for our players to be able to practice and train at the Kraken Community Iceplex, two of the top facilities in North America. So infrastructure really important for us. We look at partnership opportunities. When you look at the sponsorship support and the partnership support in the Seattle community, we know that we are going to have these partners come out and support us. Youth hockey. Youth hockey is huge. Look at what the Kraken have done for youth hockey in the 4 years they've been here. We look to help build and grow that momentum, and I love that the Kraken see us as additive to help do that in this market. And we want more kids, boys and girls, on the ice. And speaking of the Kraken, how lucky are we to be able to partner and work with a team that has shown how to launch a team, has been very much in terms of the tops of how a team is run and how do you market, how do you build out a brand, how do you fill a building. So very, very lucky that we get to work with the key members of the Kraken and help launch our team here in partnership with them. And of course the fans. I mean, I've talked about Seattle being the home of women's sports, and so we are looking forward to those 12,000 fans and all of Seattle coming out to see our games. And lastly, but not least, is that we really hope Seattle and Vancouver develop a pretty cool rivalry. Yeah. So while today sort of marks the end of a journey in terms of building a formal relationship, the fun is just beginning. We're going to bring you the best hockey you will ever see in the world. And also, I think Skyler alluded to it as well, but I believe this will be the first time that two professional women's sports teams will share a building. And there's no better place to hit that milestone than right here in Seattle. So I think that's a pretty cool fact as well. So enough from me. I will make you one promise before I leave, and what I will promise you is that you come to a game, you will fall in love with the PWHL at first puck drop. I promise you that. Thank you.
Well, we go from a phenomenon to an icon. This is someone who I've admired for many years, not just for what she's been able to do on the ice, but for what she has continued to do to grow this game off the ice, today being a perfect example. She's an Olympic gold medalist many times over. She just happens to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. And now she plays a critical role in shaping the future of the PWHL from a hockey operations standpoint. I can't believe I get to actually introduce in person the Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations at the PWHL, Jana Hefford.
Thank you, Allison, for the warm welcome. It's an incredible honor to be here today to celebrate the PWHL's entrance to Seattle and our growing footprint in the Pacific Northwest. We're excited to write the next chapter for women's hockey here in Seattle, but we know there's a rich history, so we're not starting from scratch. Women's hockey roots run deep here. More than a century ago, 1921, the Seattle Vamps skated to Vancouver and defeated the hometown Amazons 1-0. Vancouver ultimately won the championship series, but today, with Seattle and Vancouver both a part of the PWHL, we're not just honoring that history, we're reigniting it. A new chapter of this Pacific Northwest rivalry begins now. Seattle has long proven it knows how to support its teams, with heart, with pride, with volume. We saw that on full display during the takeover tour here, as Amy mentioned, 12,600 people in this building. The crowd was on its feet, youth players wearing jerseys. The energy was undeniable, and that moment told us everything we needed to know, which is that this city is ready. We're excited to make the Kraken Community Iceplex our training ground, as well as this arena, the home for games for our team here. This is a cutting-edge facility that our players will proudly call home, and we couldn't be more excited. Huge thank you to the team at both venues who have made this a really great process and will help us bring this to life. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge and thank some of the other speakers that are here, who are leaders, and their presence here means a lot to us. So Mayor Harrell, appreciate you being here today. County Executive Bradock, Samantha Holloway, Todd Lywicki, who Todd and I have known each other for a number of years and so excited to be able to do this with you and your team. And of course, Skyler Diggins, who had to leave, but we are all big fans of the WNBA, of the Storm, and it's so exciting for us to join the family and this community that you've all created here. This expansion marks a major step forward, not just for our league, but for the game as a whole. It means more opportunities for elite athletes to keep playing. It expands our footprint into a region hungry for professional women's hockey, and it gives young players in this community something powerful to aspire to. Looking ahead, there's a lot to be excited about. Each team will play a 30-game schedule next season with a total of 120 regular season games, giving fans more opportunities to watch the best players in the world compete. And of course, with expansion comes new opportunities for players. Before we welcome in a new class of players in a entry draft in Ottawa on June 24th, we'll hold an expansion draft in mid-June. This will give our teams a chance to build competitive rosters from day one. We'll be sharing more specific details on the expansion draft format in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. To our board of directors and to Mark and Kimber Walter, thank you for believing in what women's hockey can be. Your investment continues to open doors, push boundaries, and create real lasting change. And to the fans, this team is yours. We can't wait for you to get to know the athletes that are going to wear your city's name. You'll see them at clinics, in schools, at community events, and on the ice, competing with skill, grit, and heart every single night. Seattle, we're thrilled to be here, and we can't wait to get started. Thank you.
Tall people problems. Thank you, Jana. Well, we've just heard how important it's been to have a home that is welcoming, and now I'm thrilled to welcome to the stage someone who's been a true champion for our city, a leader who believes deeply in the power of sports, community, and innovation to bring people together. Please join me in welcoming the Mayor of Seattle, Bruce Harrell.
Thank you, Allison. So, I haven't done a lot of press conferences with Amy and Jana, but y'all didn't leave me any darn speaking points to say. You said everything I was going to say, so now I have to riff. What do you mean, oh no? So my daughter played Division I sports. She was a basketball player, and so I would coach her up. I think Skyler had to leave, but I would coach her up. I'd say, Joyce, she's like 6'1", and many of you know her. She has an athletic, master's in athletic leadership. Sports has completely changed her life for the good. She is empowered, she's confident, she feels good about herself, she's sassy. Well, I take the sassy part out. And I said, Coach, hey, Joyce, when you box out, you got to release a little earlier. Joyce, I want you to shoot that and follow through and follow up. You can get the second shot. You can get the rebound. Remember the pump thing? I used to just coach her up. And then one day, when she was in high school, she won two state championships. She looked at me and she says, Dad, you played JV. So I know how to stay in my lane. But what I saw through her in terms of the hockey league, being here, the Women's Hockey League, we have arrived. This is like a piece to a puzzle. We are so proud of our women in Seattle. We welcome with pride what we do to support our women in sports, because it exemplifies more than just sports. The impediments to progress, the negative energy that comes to you because you are outcasts sometimes, learning these messages as a young woman. I would see it through my own daughter. So having the Women's Hockey League team here in Seattle, for me, is just a symbolic gesture that Seattle is the welcoming city we need it to be. We are welcoming for immigrant and refugees. We are welcoming for equity. We are welcoming for diversity. We are welcoming for LGBTQ plus communities. We are welcoming because of our differences. Can I get an applause on that? Our National Women's Soccer League being right here in Seattle, and I just need a little grace here. I need a little permission. When I look at Councilmember Joy Hollingsworth, who's just dying that I mentioned that she played basketball for the University of San Francisco and the University of Arizona, she wants me to talk about her statistics. But when I look at, I know the role, I got it in there, Councilmember. I know the role that sports played in your life for you to be able to do the things that you are doing. And I know I speak for many of the young women that sports was sort of their outlet for confidence. That this is huge for the city, so I need some permission. I want to be able to say that I sort of brought him here. I'm sort of joking. Well, sort of. Because I didn't bring them here. Samantha, Todd, Climate Pledge, world class, as Amy talked about, world class facility. So as your mayor, I am very, very prideful that this community put ourselves in a position to get such a great addition to our city. This is phenomenal stuff. So I close by saying this. Seattle is truly a sports city. Where else can you go to 2nd Avenue North and see Sue Bird Circle? Nowhere, that's where it's, but here in the Emerald City. We are the best of the best here. And this is like the icing on the cake. So thank you, sports community. We are a sports town. You look at the rain, you look at the storm, you look at who we are here in Seattle. This is just a great addition to our DNA here. And women's hockey, we're all in.
Thank you, Mayor, for your truly inspiring words. We are so grateful for your support. I know I speak on behalf of all of us. Thank you for being such a powerful advocate. It is now my pleasure to welcome another incredible leader from our local community that makes this home possible. It is King County Executive Shannon Bradock.
Wow, wow, wow. I am fired up to be here today for this announcement. Awesome, awesome. Earlier this month, I had the honor of being sworn in as the first woman King County executive here in King County. That's right. We like to break down barriers here in the Pacific Northwest, much like the PWHL is doing here. So it is an honor. It's an honor to be here with all of you today, and it's an honor to be a part of this community that supports women's sports and will be bringing that energy to supporting women's hockey. So I'm thrilled, and as the 8th team in the PWHL, I know that they will be inspiring a new generation of girls and women in King County and the region-wide, both on and off the court. This team isn't just making history, they are raising the bar for women's sports. Even before the first puck dropped, these players secured an 8-year collective bargaining agreement that delivers what women athletes have long deserved: comprehensive health care, housing stipends, development support, and improved travel and accommodations. That's progress. So, with this new team, Seattle and King County will become home to even more world-class athletes, and I'm really looking forward to catching a game against what I also hope will become a friendly rivalry with Vancouver. And I really think that will become a symbol of respect for our neighbors and a reminder of our shared economic interests with our neighbors to the north. So I'm really eager to work with that. Couldn't help myself, you guys. Sorry. I'm also really eager to work with the team to help find ways to collaborate with community, as we've talked about, ways to support things like hockey camps and trainings and broader programs that can help inspire youth sports and particularly help in our underserved communities. So let's get ready to loudly cheer them on, to build something great together, to show the world what is possible when we lead with purpose, with equity, and a whole lot of our Pacific Northwest spirit. Welcome to King County, PWHL.
Shannon, we love a trailblazer. Let's go. Yes, thank you so much for everything you do to strengthen and support our community. It is now my absolute pleasure to bring up two leaders. You all know them. I have the absolute honor to work for them every single day. They are leaders, they are thoughtful, they are compassionate, they are brilliant, they are innovators, and they are committed to making this city and sports in this city everything we all know it can be. I want to give them the time. Please welcome the CEO of the Kraken and Climate Pledge Arena, Todd Leiweke, and the co-owner, Samantha Holland.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Good. Well, on behalf of Climate Pledge Arena, you're not joining me right here, and the Seattle Kraken, I want to officially welcome the PWHL. We are very proud of this arena and everything that comes along with it. Of course, home to the Kraken and the Storm, and now home to professional women's hockey. Again. When we hosted you a few months ago, the energy in the building was amazing. There was a tremendous amount of excitement. The fans are ready. We're so happy to call this home for you as well, and we can't wait to continue to grow this town as a hockey town together.
Good morning. My name is Todd Leiweke, and I could not be more proud to be standing in front of you at this moment. I'm a little bit unique as a speaker because I'm the only white guy on the program, and I love it. I'm going into my 8th year, and on a day like today, I think back about what we built. And Mr. Mayor, as you know, this was hard. Lots of things didn't come here, and some other things left. But we had conviction all along, and we had purpose. This is not a normal arena. This is the Climate Pledge Arena, the first zero-carbon facility in the world. And our friends are here from Amazon, and I want you to know that every day I walk in, I'm inspired by the mission you helped us create. This building is different. It's also different because it's home to the most successful women's team of all time, the Seattle Storm. And you talk about courage and a kindred spirit. Lisa, Jenny, Alicia, we love you. And your spirit embodies this entire building and our enterprise. And we're so grateful for your support and our friendship. You're going to have a hell of a team this year, and we can't wait to cheer you on. The other person I want to thank is my boss, who's to my right. She also is a total trailblazer, and I can't be more proud to work for someone who cares deeply about these issues and emboldens us to continue to push forward. And I could get a little emotional talking about that, but we have exceptional ownership that deeply cares about these things, and that's why we said we're going to make this happen. Who is we? It's a number of folks here. I want to call out Victor DeBonis. Haywan is right here, and she doesn't get a lot of credit, but she is a magnificent leader in this community. Rob Lampman, Nick, Krista, amazing. But there's one last group I want to call out, and that is the Seattle Kraken fans, who actually bought into this before there was ever a dream. They thought it was a renovation. They didn't know the team name. They knew very little, but they believed in the dream. And because they believed, we were emboldened to push ahead, and we stand here today. This is going to be a magnificent home for the league. We've already had 2 games, and they were some of the best events in this building. They were magnificent, and now there's more to come. And someday, I can't wait to join you, center ice, raising the championship trophy, because I believe that's in our future. Amen.
Thank you so much, Todd and Samantha, for your commitment to not just building teams, but communities and legacies. We are so lucky to have you in your vision. Thank you so much. We have one final speaker that I'm delighted to welcome to the stage. She has been a driving force behind some of Seattle's most iconic events and celebrations, so it seems only right that we end with the final speaker of the President and CEO of the Seattle Sports Commission, Beth Knox.
Thanks, Allison. All right, I'm going to bring it on home for us today. The Miracle on Ice hockey coach, Herb Brooks, said, "Great moments are born from great opportunities." The Seattle Sports Commission believes in taking advantage of those great opportunities. We also believe in the power of sports and its ability to empower and connect the vibrant sports community that we have in this region. Our mission is to champion this region as a world-class sports destination that drives economic impact and creates that lasting legacy for our community. Now, securing a PWHL team certainly reaffirms that message and reputation that we are a powerhouse sports market that values athletic excellence. It also demonstrates that Seattle is willing to lead early and aggressively in supporting the opportunity to elevate women athletes. As you've heard several times now, there's a reason why Seattle is the capital of women's sports. We are the first U.S. city to be the home of all 3 professional women's sports teams, the WNBA, the NWSL, and now the PWHL. I couldn't be more proud to welcome another team to our community, and Amy and Jana, welcome to Seattle.
Well, my friends, I'd say we've had a pretty incredible morning. What do you think? What an unforgettable moment for Seattle. My friends, we have made history right here today. The PWHL's arrival here marks not just the addition of a new team, it marks the beginning of a new chapter in Seattle's rich sports legacy, as we've heard from all of our speakers. It's a chapter built on excellence, passion, and the unstoppable power of women's hockey. Thank you to all of today's speakers. Thank you to our fans, those we already have and those we're about to have. And to those who joined from the hockey community, to our leaders from the community, and everyone who made this day possible. Your belief and energy is what will fuel us forward. Seattle, it's time. Let's show the world the strength of our city, the pride of our community, and the passion I know we will bring to the PWHL. Thank you for being here. We cannot wait to drop the puck with you. I will be at those games, and I can't wait to see you there. Let's go, PWHL Seattle.
You've been listening to a live press conference with the Professional Women's Hockey League. The league is officially expanding to Seattle. It's the league's second Pacific Northwest team after announcing a franchise in Vancouver, BC last week. Thanks for joining us.